Okay, hello everybody and welcome to the very first Pete the Sheet Stunt Race Challenge. And today we're going to be racing the stunt race over and under in my custom Hakuchou. And you can see most people are on their Batties. Batty 801 is probably the fastest bike in the game, I think. With its handling, you can see my Hakuchou is not as good with the handling, but of course superior racing will always bring you out first, especially with the chaos at the beginning. If you can get the first couple of corners right, you're pretty much off and running. You can see on the mini map in the bottom left hand corner I've got a guy there behind me. There he is. He's not far off, but of course I've took that corner much faster than he has. And on this race you get the option to go over or under the racetrack. And of course you've got these little splits as well. So I think I wanted to make this one my first race really, because I think this is a great example of really complacency on my part. You can see that I'm well ahead here. You can see the second place guy is not that far behind in the bottom left hand corner. There he is. And he's using all the tactics under his belt at the moment. He's pulling back off every jump, which will give you the glide option if you've watched any of the bike, especially Bruffy 1322's racing series, where he teaches you how to race and all that sort of stuff. He'll teach you how to, the little tricks. You can see me pulling back, wheeling on the straights. That's all I like to do. I like to wheelie on the straights just because it's easy to pull straight back when you know you're not gonna need to turn. Look at that, there's a guy just sitting on the start line. And again, that's another great example of some of the tactics you'll see racing in Grand Theft Auto Online. You will get packed races, but of course you will always get somebody just sitting at the start finish line. He's just farming RP. So as long as the race series keeps going and there's still people within the lobby, then he's gonna just keep spawning into a race, just sitting there on the start finish line and getting some RP for it. So again, you can see I'm still out in front, but I was thinking, I'm halfway through the second lap here, start getting a bit complacent, slowing down on these corners, taking them neater. And you can see that lost me a bit of time there in the back. Also, I think a lot of these people have catch up. I think look at that, just not turning well enough, and I've lost first place. A lot of people who start races, they never switch the catch up off to make it a fair race. I mean, slipstreaming is totally fair in racing. It's a totally legitimate thing. But this catch-up that you see in racing games, and of course we all know that the catch-up in Grand Theft Auto is an absolute killer. I think it must knock about 10 miles an hour off your top speed when you're in front. You can see this guy's right on top of me. And yeah, we're just coming to the end of the second lap. This 3-lap race. Of course, there's the guy sitting on the start-finish line, and it's this me or this guy who is called Kill for Cash 040. He's not a bad racer actually, considering he was only a level 40 or 50 maybe. He was quite a low level. Maybe it's his second character. Maybe he's just a good racer. Me personally, I'd like to come up against guys like this. He provides a little challenge. Of course, he's on his Batty. He's fairly consistent as a rider. Doesn't fall off. Doesn't really make mistakes over the ramps. So we're 1 minute into the final lap. And I like these stunt races, especially when they get spread out like that. You can see the guys just flying all over the place in the distance. They're spread out all over the map at this point, all over the racetrack. This is one of my favourite races, I've got to say, of the new Stunt series. Of course, there you go. My complacency in handling. I'm trying to take these corners too fast. It's not really possible on Hakuchou. You can see him pulling right back there, getting the extra float. And there you go. That's something else you'll find with losers. I don't mean losers as in the personality. You're a loser, dude. You know, a lot of people who are racing in Grand Theft Auto, if they know they're nowhere near winning, quite often they'll just stop. Look at this, pulling right back, pipped him at the post. Yeah, quite often they'll stop, start racing backwards, maybe hit you from behind. All reprehensible tactics, obviously. Here you can see we're going back through the places now. This guy's in 6th place. I think this guy's driving a cliffhanger. He's got the chains on the wheels. So this possibly is one of the new bikes that came out in the Stunt series DLC. Cunning Stunts, as they call it. Name. But we all like cunning stunts, let's face it. So here's a good example. Yeah, you can see the chains on the wheels now, and the 69 on the back. I think it definitely is the cliffhanger. And this guy's got 24 seconds to be able to finish the race. Only 4 left on the field. I think this might be the final guys actually racing. Oh no, there is another guy moving on the minimap. He finishes. And there you go, first place. Over and under, nice time. And a respectable figure for winning it. Okay, we'll see you in the next race. Bye everybody. Peace.